Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube segment, I'm going to be giving you coronavirus update for January 17th, 2021. Now, I'm starting this series on coronavirus updates. I don't know how long I'm going to go with it. I'm going to experiment with this a little bit. We'll see how many views that this first video gets, and I'll go from there. This is going to be very concise update, though. I'm going to put this very succinctly, and again, I'm going to do this in an experimental way and see how many views it gets. And again, I will go from there. If I feel that this first video did okay, I mean, based on the fact it would be the first video on a coronavirus update, then I might proceed with more, and I may make the give more detailed information as far as daily updates go regarding pertaining to the coronavirus. So anyway, well, according to worldometers.info, this was updated on January 17, 2021. It reads 7:14 at GMT. Over 95 million coronavirus cases total in the world, so we're closing in on 100 million coronavirus cases in the world. Over 2 million deaths right now, and according to this site, we have close to 68 million that have recovered from this. Now, the United States had over 3,300 deaths recorded on January 16th, 2021, according to the New York Times website. And another thing is that the cases in the United States, you're talking about almost 24 million reported in the United States, and we had over 200,000, according to the NewYorkTimes.com website. It reads 201,732 to be precise. Now, this was the New York Times. The data on the New York Times was updated. It reads 12:04 a.m. on January 17, 2021. Again, a very exorbitant amount. We did have 300,000, over 300,000. I don't know if it may have been about a week ago. It was in fairly recent time. We're hoping when Biden gets in office that this will gradually diminish. Keep in mind, people, that this is going to be more prevalent likely during the winter months. You may want to, if you can avoid geographically colder climates, if you currently don't live in an excessively cold environment at this point in time, I would take a lot of precautions at the very least if you plan on transitioning and going into some area where the climate is very cold on average, because I mean, during this cold weather, I would think that you would have not, the coronavirus might be more prevalent in that kind of environment, and also the flu. Of course, you're going to have the flu season as well. So it just, I mean, my feeling is, I don't know if I don't honestly have the information to say as far as whether the coronavirus 100% would be more prominent in colder weather, but my feeling on it is it would likely be, but that's something you may want to confer on the internet. But I do or research it one way or the other. But the flu, of course, you're talking about flu season. We're in it right now. My feeling is the coronavirus would likely be more prominent. Not only do you have the flu going on, you have the coronavirus situation going on, and it is very, I mean, it's very prominent, to say the absolute least now. And United States is also has close to 400,000 total deaths now from the coronavirus, and people can make light of it and compare it to other things in the United States and deaths from other things, and say, well, more people die from this, more people die from that, and compare it to the coronavirus. But no matter how you look at it, the coronavirus, COVID-19, is still contributed to many deaths, and the fact that we're approaching 400,000 confirmed deaths in the United States at this point in time from the coronavirus, those could have been close to 400,000 that could have been averted or avoided if this was not so prevalent right now. So it's really, according to New York Times data, yeah, it says over the past week we've had an average of over 224,000 cases per day, and that's a 9% increase from the 2-week period prior to that. So this is something that we don't want to take lightly, and my advice is for people to take the precautions, continue to take precautions that are necessary, whether it's social distancing, it's wearing the mask. Some people may even wear goggles. I think there's something with that, it's rare, but it's like there's something with the eye that could happen as a result of the coronavirus. And if anybody has any symptoms that might be connected with this, even if you think it's just something minor, and you think the percentages are there's no correlation between it and the coronavirus, it may be good to get checked for, tested for it anyway. I mean, if you have like a lot of aches, or you're extremely congested, strong severe headaches, it might be would not be there's difficulty breathing, you might want to check to be on the safe side. And people can talk about how the death rate is not very high with this, but it's still not worth taking a chance. So you want to take whatever precautions you can on this, and not to worry about how other people think or being ridiculed by others. Your life is more important than that. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.